right up in amongst what I'm trying to do this morning, aren't you? Yes, you did good, kitty. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, August 28th. I'm here at work. I just pulled in. Today is lecture day again, so it'll be a little bit shorter. Plus, I've also got to leave a little early today after I get out of class because I've got to go get my car my car tags. One day a week, they send somebody from the revenue office down to Adkins, and they have a little office set up down there. It's much easier to get my car tags there than it is to go up to Russellville and get them. So, I got to do that today, and then this afternoon, I need to go by the feed store. Obviously, I need cat food and dog food and rabbit food. They'll be closed on Monday. Some friends of mine are coming into town for a gathering that starts on Friday. Most of them are coming in tomorrow, so I want to try to meet up with them, but tomorrow afternoon we have Dr. Spencer is coming to adjust horses plus chicken testing for the fair. I've got to go to that afterwards too, so I'm going to take care of all that tomorrow afternoon. So today the plan is I've got to get the car tags, but I've also got to arrange. I was contacted by the teacher who is the leader of the robotics club at the Helena High School. And Helena is a Delta town down in South Arkansas. It's fairly economically depressed, large minority population, and he wanted to bring students to campus. So I want to make sure and arrange a really good experience for them. So I'm going to go in and talk to my chair about they want to visit with students, and we'll do a planetarium show with them, and maybe we'll let them go to a class or something like that to get an experience of college, and maybe get somebody from admissions to come over and talk to them too. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I've got to get that all organized. I'm trying to think, there's a couple other things I got on the docket for today, but anyway, so yeah, so just another day of being a professor and then being a farmer this afternoon. So I need to pull the chickens that I want to get tested out and put them in a separate pen. The tarp tore up apparently in the storms yesterday, and it rained in that pen. It's very muddy. So I've got some straw I can put down in there to dry it out, but I need to get my birds out that I want to have tested anyway. Unfortunately, my really pretty Polish rooster apparently got into a disagreement with somebody, and they pulled some of the feathers out on top of his head. He looked so pretty, and of course, right before the fair, he's got to get pecked. But anyway, so I've got to do that this weekend too. But anyway, so yeah, that's what we're going to get on tap for today. Being a kid at heart, I love new school supplies, and we got better chalk that will erase off the boards and chalkboard erasers, which are actually kind of hard to find because people have gone over to whiteboards. This makes me very happy. Yay, new school supplies. Well, I'm done with my classes, and I've been working on some administrative stuff. Of course, today was Census Day, as I mentioned already, but also I've got students that are planning to go to a conference, so we're going to apply for some funding to try to help pay for that because it's in Hawaii, which, oh yes, that would be really cool, but it's extremely expensive to go. Also, I was doing a little investigating. One of the guys at the feed store, his daughter goes to school here, and she decided to take all online classes and was confused about her bill. And I had never really sat down and looked at our billing system and all the additional fees and stuff that go on, and how much it costs to go to school here now. We're comparable to most of the other universities of our size in the state, which, you know, but it's still expensive. It's expensive to go to school full time, and then you have books and everything on top of that. So I did get some answers for them. I have to go back and tell them, unfortunately, the error wasn't what they thought it was. There is a price difference in taking all online classes, but it's not nearly as much as they thought it was. But I am glad that I was able to get some answers for them. I was working on, the teacher from Helena that contacted me, I passed his information on to my department chair, and we're going to try to get something organized for them, so that will be really good. I also did a check-in with my online class just to make sure they don't forget that they have it. So I posted a video about units that I was watching yesterday, which I thought would be pertinent to what they're talking about now, and just to kind of keep them engaged and keep myself engaged in the class. I think that's really important. So I have to leave here in a little bit. I never try to leave when classes are out because people are just going everywhere. So I'm going to give it about 15 or 20 minutes to let the students clear out of, walking across the crosswalks and leaving and stuff, and then I will head out and go get my car tags and go to the feed store and all that good usual stuff that you've got to do. But anyway, so that's kind of what I'm doing today. Nothing super excited. I am going to work on my tapestry thing just a little bit, and then try to get a few more rows put on it before I head out. Tomorrow is the day I usually go to Adkins. We're getting things organized down there. I haven't started that yet, so tomorrow I won't be on campus here because normally I'm at Adkins. But anyway, so I will check back in with y'all. Well, that was fast and easy. There wasn't a soul in there when I went in there, so I was in and out of there in less than 5 minutes, and the longest thing was waiting on the printer to print out the stuff. So that was easy. Got the tags renewed for the car and the truck. I've already put the tags on the car, and I'll put the tags on the truck when I get home. I checked on Miss Betsy to see how she was doing after her teeth thing, and she said she still had a lot of swelling and was not able to eat much yet, but was doing okay. I stopped at the feed store and gave Anthony what I found out about his daughter's bill, which was useful. And then I also started getting the heavier duty hoof picks for the kids. Oster makes a pretty good one, and then these little wire brushes for them to clean the bottoms of their feet with. So they didn't have enough for me to get everybody one, but I bought as many as they had, and he's going to order me some more. So got that part done. One thing that I didn't talk about at school that I forgot is I went ahead and signed up for the programs from the Center for Teaching Excellence, and I've decided this year that I'm going to participate in the Recognition for Achievement and Diversity training, and I signed up for a book group. The book is called Big Magic, and it's about women and empowerment of women. And then I also signed up for some workshops on the lived experience of our African American students, and one about the science of learning, and one about dyslexia in the classroom. These are for the whole semester. They kind of go the whole semester. So I'm excited to participate in those. It is a commitment of time, but I think it'll benefit me as an instructor, and it'll benefit my students, so it's worth it to me to do. But anyway, so we're done here in town. I'm going to head home and do the usual farm gal hustle. Well, I had a bit of an unwelcome surprise when I got home. This little baby was in the road, standing looking very confused. She wasn't there when I came in, and I went out to water and feed water. And when I came around from watering, she was standing in the road. She's very old. She can't see very well. She's well fed, but she's got mats in her fur. So I'm figuring she's been a dump off. Not exactly what I'd planned to do with my afternoon. But what do you do? She's sweet. She's pretty sweet. She's tired and she's very thirsty. So I'm going to take her in and put her in one of the spare rooms and see if anybody belongs to her. Hi, baby. Yes, you're checking it out, huh? You can hear it, seems like. You can see okay. Now that you had a little bite to eat, and you were thirsty, too. Well, I put her picture up. Hopefully somebody recognizes her. But I suspect, given the condition of her coat, that she was a dump-off. But that's okay. It's okay. I never thought I would see a dog littler than Feathers, but... Come here, Feathers. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, There's Simon in compared to how little she is. I'm in my sewing room, and so these two guys have decided to make beds on my jeans that I repaired, and Baxter is up there on my quilt pad. Little Pris here, if I don't find her owners, a girl that I went to college with is willing to take her and let her live out the rest of her days in happiness. So she's eaten something and she's had something to drink. So she'll be, boogers on your eyes there, buddy. She'll maybe get some sleep now. That'd be good. Yeah. She's very sweet. She's very friendly, and all the dogs seem to get along with her fine. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna work on some sewing. She's sleeping tight on those jeans now. I guess she was tired. And Willie's comfortable on those. He's a good boy. And Baxter, you look very elegant next to that basket. Oh. Oh, yes, you're a good boy. Good girl. Oh, you're so sweet. How could anybody throw you out? We're going to get you a good home with Cammie. She'll love you for as long as you have left. Yes. You're a good girl. Oh, good girl. Well, I have been sewing since I got my chores done outside. I went out and took care of the rabbits and fed everybody. I had already watered and fed the other group. So I've been sewing, and what I decided to sew on was years ago when I was in graduate school, my friend Jackie gave me this panel. Now, she had already made the bigger one, but the little sheep was still on there. And I've had it literally since I was in graduate school, which was, I graduated in 1998. So, so I decided to put the lamb together. I've got to finish stuffing it, and then the ears, or excuse me, that's the tail, and then the ears, so on. I think what I may do is I have some Easter baskets or some colorful baskets, and I might use this in the basket and do a flower arrangement. I'm going to take a Sharpie and color in that thread there, because you either have dark thread showing on the body or you have light thread showing on the face. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and color in that thread so it won't show. But I'm going to finish stuffing the sheep, and I'll have to sew her up and then sew the ears on. The ears have batting. I have to sew them closed and then whip stitch them on. And then there, you know, and then the tail, I guess that you fold them up a little bit to give them a little bit of shape, and then you sew them on like so. Okay. Actually, I found a complete panel of this on eBay, and there's a little piece of me that wants to buy it just to have the whole set, and then I'd have two lambs and a mama sheep, I guess. It's supposed to have a ribbon, but I freaking hate turning stuff like this. I've got a pair of tweezers that I may get after this and see if I can turn it. But if not, I'll just put some regular ribbon on her, and I'm going to sew some buttons on for eyes and embroider a nose on. And then see what other little embellishments that I can put on it. But I may put it in a basket and use it as a center for an Easter arrangement. So I have to see what kind of silk flowers I got. I think I have some purples, although that wouldn't really go. And I'll see what I've got. It does have some purple and some turquoise and stuff in it, so I'll see what I can find. But this might be a fun little Easter centerpiece when I'm done. We'll see. What? Are you wanting in my lap? You think every time I talk that you've got to be up in my lap, don't you? You're a good baby. Yes, Mama loves you very much. Yes, Mama loves you very much. Well, I'm sitting here with this little sweet thing. My friend from college, I'm going to meet her tomorrow. I've put the word out there about having found her, but I'm really afraid that my dogs will hurt her. So, not out of meanness, but she's just so tiny that I'm afraid if one of them steps on her inadvertently or knocks her down, the way she reacts when you try to pet her, she acts like she's been hit. So, I know that the girlfriend that I know from college will take very good care of her. She's incredibly sweet and is a good baby. Her little eyes are kind of puffy and swollen, so I may try to put a little something on them to help them tonight. But she's a very sweet little girl, and my friend will take good care of her. So I've been working a little bit on my plastic canvas tonight, trying to get it some progress made on it tonight. Tomorrow morning, since I don't have to be at Adkins, I think I'm going to get up and do some weed eating, because my garden is very grown up and I want to get it weed eated down. And then tomorrow afternoon, the vet is coming to adjust the horses. Plus, I have to take my chickens for poultry testing. So, plus we're taking you to Miss Cammy to get you a safe place to live. Yes, we are. But anyway, so, you know, I'm glad I was at the right place at the right time to see her, because if I hadn't been outside right then, she might have wandered off in the pasture and I would have not seen her. So, anyway, y'all have a good night, and I'll check in with you tomorrow.